Hello everyone, this is part 2 of meditation, and I got a couple of requests from people to talk more about this topic, and admittedly I didn't really say much in my first video, so I hope to say a little bit more perhaps in this video, because I know my content to speech ratio isn't very high. But I'll do my best. So, a question would be, how did I get started with this in the first place, and why? And I mean, I can answer that, but it's not so straightforward, because as a child and teen, I had a very odd perception, and I was prone to certain mental and emotional states, and near the end of high school, I experienced sort of what would be a catalyzing event, which sort of opened the door, so to speak, for me to look into this sort of thing. So, I found out about meditation and how it could induce certain altered states, and it could be beneficial to the mind and improve life overall. And it was very interesting. So I began to explore it on my own without doing too much reading at all. Just dived right in there, and it's safe to say that almost immediately I started to appreciate its effects. And I mean, it's not so much that these effects could have been objectively measured or anything. It's just personally, subjectively, I felt better, and I was transforming, and it helped through that process. So, I mean, it might have not caused that process, but it definitely was something that was a beneficial aspect to the entire thing. So, and it felt amazing doing it. And a lot of people have trouble when they first start, and that's understandable, of course. I mean, it's not easy. It is a mental activity, or mental inactivity, I guess I could say. But so it requires practice. I just found that for me, my mind naturally sort of clicked with that state of mind, whether that has something to do with the way I would perceive in the past or not, I don't know, or just the way my brain is structured. And of course, with people not having success, it's oftentimes they're following a step-by-step procedure, and maybe that particular type of meditation is not doing anything, and it's more about exploring what works and finding the technique that you find most enjoyable. So if it says it has to be a silent room, no music, whatever, if music helps the process, then I don't see the problem. I mean, you could be rigorous about it, but you could also treat it as a more casual activity if you wanted to, which is what I did at first. And gradually, as the years went by, I started to read more, again, not strict text, just mostly anecdotal experiences, and I was in shock and awe how, wow, the same things that I've experienced that I've never heard anything about are extremely common and written all across cultures and times. So I thought that was really cool, and I think if it played, it makes sense that it plays a significant part in my life, that it would also have played a significant part in a lot of people's lives throughout the years, regardless of society or culture background. Different cultures refer to it as different things, or describe, they have different names for the different states, and they even, in religions, they touch on these more mystical aspects, I guess, and yet, something that's so universal somehow is talking about completely different things and completely different gods and completely different experiences. It doesn't make too much sense, but